what's coming is something that we don't quite know yet, but it's beginning to show what that will be. So in terms of agriculture, we have to move with the times, and we have to be very open to new strategies, new technologies, new techniques, not only in the actual technical part of agriculture, but also in the organization of our agricultural community and our agricultural sector. So, yeah, that's something that we have to deal with. So if the aspiration is 20 pesos, I don't know. I think if we work very hard at it, baka maabot natin yun.
When?
Oh boy, pag nabuo yung ating tinatawag na value chain, we have to do research and development. Marami naman tayong magaling eh. We have to do research and development, find the new varieties, find the new techniques. With the price of fertilizer getting so high, anong mga alternatives natin, organic, etc. And how do we mass produce that? And then we have to bring all these new technologies to the farmer, and we have to teach them how to best take advantage of all of the things that we have discovered. We have to find new ways of production. And agriculture naman pinag-uusapan, hindi lang bigas yan eh. Hindi lang crops yan eh. Fisheries yan at saka livestock. So lahat yan kailangan natin tignan. And in mind, you should always keep in mind, there must be sufficient food supply. Kailangan may sapat na bigas, kasi yan ang ating we have to also look at protein. Siyempre, livestock, fisheries. Hindi lang naman iisa yan. So, that has to be developed. Now, the good thing about that is that for the Philippines, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Marami naman tayong pupuntahan na magpaturo tayo. Ang nasakit lang dyan is these are the people that studied in UPLB. Na ngayon pupunta natin, paano ba yung pinakabago, pinakamaganda? Yan yung mga nasa IRI noon, nasa field rice, bumalik na, umuwi na, and they're making a success of agriculture. But, whatever it takes, we will do it.
Thank you, Ms. Eden. Jerry, if you have no more questions on appointments, you can go to food prices.
Appointments lang, sir. Balikan ko lang.
Sige.
Magkakaroon ba ng special assistant to the president na position, and who will it might be?
Well, that actually is an existing position already. Special assistant, yes. Well, I suppose we can already see. We've asked Congressman Anton Lagdameo to fill that position. Yeah, because it's very sensitive and very important in the sense that we have we've known each other since he was a child. Hindi na ako child noon, pero since he was young. So he knows me very well. He has been with us, working with me for past 10 years, mga ganon. So in terms of the working relationship, and then, between the two of us, siguro we've already found the modus vivendi. So that should be an easy easy position for him to pick up on.
Sir,
may inside info kaya, ba't alam mo?
ano lang, sir. Sir, yung si Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, what will happen to him? And recently, yes, Vic told us, the media, na there's an offer for Professor Carlos to join your cabinet rank. Anong update sa kanya, sir? Marcoleta and Professor Carlos.
Everybody's still we're still talking about the role. Because ang approach ko naman sa lahat na nare-recommenda o napupunta sa akin is, first of all, where do you feel, marami naman nagsasabi kahit saan, basta ilagay mo ako kahit saan. marurunong naman, magagaling naman. And I always ask them back. I said, where do you feel you will be the most useful? And so all of that, si Kadante Marcoleta, I asked him the same question, and I'm waiting for his answer. But definitely, with his legal prowess, I think that he will be of great use to us. Now, I understand that in his particular situation, meron pa siyang opportunity mag-congressman. Oo, dun sa party list. So, he will have to decide that. That's his decision to make. So, pag-uusapan namin ulit. The professora, of course, we've been in consultation with her and asking her. And again, it's the same question. Where do you feel that you will be the most help? And again, we're waiting for that answer because alam naman natin na marunong naman si Professora. She's at least especially in terms of foreign policy and international politics, talaga maraming maitutulong.
Solgen, sir. Sino Solgen mo?
Sorry?
Solicitor General.
Sa?
Solgen. OSG.
Which one?
Solicitor General, sir.
Social welfare. Huh? Solgen. Oh, okay. Hindi ko naintindihan. Okay. Marami din eh. Ang daming magagaling. We are lucky in that marami nga na who are some of the legal luminaries have expressed their willingness to join the government, and that's one of the offices that we're talking about. That's going to be very important. I'll talk to we will hindi pa finalized. Hindi pa finalize ang sino magsusol dyan.
Do you have a question on food prices? Para matapos na tayo. Okay.
Isa ho sa mga immediate problema ang haharapin ng inyong administrasyon ay ang sinasabing food crisis ng Department of Agriculture. In fact, just this week, laman po ng balita yung kakulangan sa patatas. And then, ang sabi ng Philippine Chamber of Agriculture and Food, maaring last quarter po ng taong ito ay maramdaman natin ng husto itong food shortage dahil sa taas ng presyo ng fertilizer, farm inputs, mataas na presyo ng trigo. Ano ho ang inyong mga concrete plans para masiguro ang sapat at abot kayang pagkain sa lahat ng Pilipino?
We have to just increase production, and baka mapilitan pa rin tayo mag-import. The importation was forced on us because our production, the problem is that the production was not sufficient. Since the production was not sufficient, to keep the prices down to an affordable level, we have to import. And nasa crisis tayo, we're in an emergency situation. So we may have to continue to do that. But in my view, not only for import substitution, I think we really have to help the agricultural sector. In the immediate future, yung mga inputs, kailangan nating tignan what can the government do to support the inputs. The biggest component now is urea. And again, exactly as you mentioned, 2,000 pesos, hindi nila kaya talaga. So maybe there is a way that we can come to an agreement with some other countries, not to buy in bulk or to somehow defer payment, all of these things that we will have to do because it's a crisis. So we have to bring down the price of inputs if we are going to increase production. But we cannot just look at, again, business as usual. We have to really find new ways of growing food. We have to find new ways of for the livestock. We have to find new ways of fisheries, both coastal and inland. There are many opportunities there. So I think that's something that we must pursue. But again, as I told you, in the immediate future, we have to support the farmers, and the problems with the inputs now we cannot change immediately. But immediately, what we can do, as I said, is to find sourcing of the inputs that, again, we'll have to import. I mean, it hurts to say it. It hurts to think it, but we are in an emergency. Napabayaan talagang agri.
May pondo po ba tayo para sa pag-aangkat?
Sa
Pag-aangkat.
I think we'll be able to do it. Hindi naging maliit na bagay yung gera sa Ukraine. Because dun tayo, hindi yung wheat na sinasabi, hindi yung problema yung para sa tinapay, yung wheat sa feeds. Yun ang nagiging problema natin. So these are events that are completely beyond our control. So we have to find other ways. So can we import somewhere else? Can we make an arrangement somewhere else? Like we did with oil in the 70s. Na kinausap natin yung mga oil producers and sinabi natin, bigyan nyo naman kami ng magandang option. And we will have to do that in the meantime for the agricultural inputs. Pero kailangan talagang paspasan lahat yung mga research and development, lahat ng yung sistema ng pautang. I think that's one of the areas that we really want to look at. Unfortunately, Land Bank has converted itself not into an agricultural bank anymore. It really operates as a commercial bank. So maybe we can return those lending institutions that are supposed to be supportive of the agricultural industry, supportive of farmers, back to its original brief na kung saan nga napunta. We have to return many of the functions of agencies in government to what they are supposed to be, but they have turned into something else. Like NFA was never formed to import, quite the contrary. NFA was formed to stabilize prices, and sana ibalik natin dun. But again, I don't want to sugarcoat the problem. The problem is serious. It will take, in the immediate future, I think we will be able to find palliatives, yung mga para naman makatulong lang tayo for now. But those cannot be the solutions, the long-term solutions. We have to find long-term solutions. And there's nothing more. We have to go back to I know I keep saying the phrase, but that really is where we're headed, is the value chain of agriculture. From the very beginning of it, to production, to processing, to mechanization, to credit, all the way to retail. We have the basic elements in place. We just have to return everyone back to what their function is what function is needed by the agricultural sector from them.
Ms. Eden.
Sir, what about how do you intend po to resolve the high prices of petroleum products? Are you planning to buy back petrol? Since sabi po ni Mr. Ramon Ang, willing naman siyang ibenta ulit yung petrol under your administration. And then yung OPSF, ano po ang inyong plano? Ibalik ba yon?
Well, first of all, we cannot control prices. This is the nub of the problem. It's beyond us. Hindi tayo price giver, price taker tayo sa oil market. So kung ano ang mangyari, when OPEC decides to do one thing, OPEC decides to do something, we just have to accept it and we just have to take it. What we did, as I said, if I remember correctly, and actually I was part of the effort, was when the 1973 oil crisis hit, what we tried to do was to make more beneficial arrangements. Like I remember I was sent on a mission by my father together with then Secretary Velasco of Energy, and we discussed with Saudi Arabia and all the other oil producing countries that we buy oil from to lengthen the payback period from, I think it was 90 days to 180 days. And we were able to manage that, which medyo talagang naging mas maganda ang sitwasyon, because also we were very worried at that time of our foreign reserves. So that helped very much in the situation, in the management of the oil crisis in 1973. I think that we can also consider what is happening now as another oil crisis. And that's why we will see if we can do that. Marami naman tayong kaibigan na siguro naman handang tumulong. At I think that the relationship that has been formed with countries in the Middle East, oil producers in the Middle East, by our OFWs, will help us, because meron na silang experience sa Pilipino. At marami na tayong, we have many dealings already with them. Maybe we can open these negotiations. And on the ground here, again, I was at the very beginning, when even before Ukraine, we were watching the oil and gas prices just going up and up and up and up. And I proposed, I said, why do we not subsidize the importation of all energy products? And we did the numbers, and the truth of the matter is we cannot afford it. We cannot do that. So we have to choose the sectors. I've mentioned transport before. Is one, because it's the first hit, but of course, you know, pag pinag-usapan na si presyo ng langis ay naapektuhan lahat. But I think we will just have to choose the areas that we can support, that we can afford to support, because of course we'd like to support all of them, but we, as I said, we cannot afford it. So we will have to find different ways, a more focused approach doon sa mga talagang na malaki ang component ng kanilang cost of doing business, malaki ang component ng presyo ng langis. Iba-iba naman yan sa iba't ibang sektor. And then also there's a time element to all of this, na